background information with that Generation Genius dude who alakazammed a lot of things. And as we travel, as we travel through this, we're going to learn how is weather measured, how can we predict weather, what are some severe weather impacts, what are some types of climates, all right? As we travel through, we're going to learn that word atmosphere, which means all of the gases that surround the planet. Climate, which we now know is measured over a little time or a long time. Long. Climate is for a long period of time. We're going to learn about some of the different hazards that might come into play.
I'll be right back. I gotta go.
Just go, Cole. Just go. Leave your screen. All right. What is something that can cause damage to a person or property? What are some hazards we might come across in this chapter?
Snowstorm.
All right, snowstorm. What else?
Car accident. Blizzard.
Blizzard.
Car accident.
Luke, I'm after weather. Weather.
Car accident. Fire.
Fire. Good.
Hazard. Lego pieces.
Thunderstorms.
Fire.
Harrison, we're after weather-related. Mudslide.
Okay.
Good.
Ice storm.
Ice storms. All right, you guys are gonna have a. You're gonna do great in this lesson. All right, so precipitation. It's a big word that means anything falling from the sky. Whether it's rain, snow, sleet, hail, some mishmash of things in between. If it's fallen from the sky as a form of weather, we call it precipitation.
The sky is falling.
Yes, the sky is falling.
It's falling.
All right, the sky is no longer falling. I glued it up. It's all good. You learned what is a rain gauge. What does it collect?
Rain.
It collects what's precipitating from the sky. What's the thermometer do?
It tells you what the rain is.
Yeah, it measures temperature. All right, the word weather is not climate. Climate tells me what's happening over a long period of time.
What's happening in the atmosphere?
Weather is specific to a place and a time. So this morning in Bricktown, it was 37 degrees. But right now in Bricktown, it's 55 degrees and sunny. So the weather...
It is funny.
It is sunny. The weather changed from early this morning to right now, and it'll change even more as it goes into night. What's a wind vane, tell me? Just the direction. I know on my multiple choice test I gave you, wind vane is the direction. There's another tool used for the speed that the wind travels to.
Speed's gotta go fast.
Okay, so let's travel to our first little activity.
Can I go to the bathroom?
Go ahead, you can always leave. Just leave it on so you can still hear it from afar. So how is weather measured is where we're just going to walk through first.
You can't measure weather. It's all the way up in the sky.
Ah, but we can measure weather. Here's this tool right here. What is that thing right here?
Thermometer clock.
Okay. It looks like a thermometer, but is it a regular thermometer?
It's a thermometer. Anemometer.
Okay, we have to scroll up and down. It is a thermometer. It just doesn't look like your regular everyday one because it looks like it's a clock. Now, what is this item here?
Weather forecast.
Oh, now
This
she's gonna
weather
talk to us.
report predicts the
Weather
weather for
forecast.
3 days. Weather experts called meteorologists give weather reports like this one.
Sunny and 53 degrees.
All right, so she's going to tell us about the different things that I can click on if they cooperate. Oh
Did I
my!
just see Raven?
No, this is Willow over here
They look so alike though.
because they're both. They're. It's our usual. It's a science day. We have access denied.
What in the cheese? There's something wrong with your head.
Uh-oh. Are we getting it? Fingers crossed.
I got it.
All right, let's try that again.
Right when I saw the other tab that said Duty, I thought it was Call of Duty. I'm like, this kid plays Call of Duty?
No, I don't. All right, so
This is not like
if you look, all right, back on track.
Every when I play the Call of Duty, I even have.
3, 2. Somebody's eating something very crunchy. Just try not to be near your speaker.
So I feel snack.
All right, so if this were her weather forecast, what should she pack for her vacation?
Sunny.
I see you then sunny.
Sunny. How do you pack sunny? Sunny.
Okay, she's going away. Wherever she's going to go for the weekend, it's going to be 68 on Friday, 55 on Saturday, 35 on Sunday, but it's going down into the 20s at night. What should she pack?
That's weird. Like, for the daytime, you pack, like, summer stuff, and for the nighttime, you pack, winter stuff.
Okay, well, are you going to be?
That's a pretty good idea.
Are you going to be outside at nighttime?
The 30 most likely not.
Most likely not.
Some people do.
Okay, what?
Fortnite.
Listen, what season might she be in? Since I see something precipitating in this one.
Snowing.
What season might she be in?
Or snowing.
Okay, if it's snowing, what season? Winter. Thank you. Now we're gonna keep rolling. Okay, observing the weather, what it's like out. So imagine going outside on a sunny morning. A few like today, a few white fluffy clouds are visible, and suddenly dark clouds appear, and the rain is pouring down.
It's thunder.
Weather out.
He's coming.
Okay, look what it says.
I'm coming.
Listen.
For you. He's here.
So you guys did great during social studies, but what happened during science here? We want to know about that weather, what it's like outside. So here, are you watching?
It would be like snowing.
All right, I'm going to show you the videos, same as we do in the classroom, but you need to be what in order to hear them? You need to have your voices off a little so you can hear everything they're going to say.
Weather is what the air is like outside. Sometimes the air is cold and dry, but other times it is warm and moist. As the sun heats up the ground, water evaporates or changes from liquid into a gas. Because the gas is lighter than the liquid, it rises into the air. When the air cools, the gas condenses into clouds and sometimes raindrops. When this happens, the moisture falls to the ground as rain. As wind moves the clouds and rain out of an area, the rain stops, the clouds disappear, and the sun once again warms up the land.
Okay.
That was laggy. It just went like the air.
All right.
When it was warming up the air, it looked like it was gonna be a storm.
Remember,
right?
it's playing on my side, so it has to catch up on yours. Cole, please stop.
It was actually skipping.
I know it's going to be a delay. You guys have to roll
When air
with that
cools,
concept.
moisture can freeze into ice particles and fall as snowflakes.
Okay? So ice
It
falls.
was short.
It was. Did you hear it or did you talk through it?
That video was 6 seconds.
Yeah. Let's try last one.
That's lucky.
Fog is a cloud that's near the ground.
Listen.
It makes it hard to see plants, buildings, and cars around you. It usually occurs at night and often forms over bodies of water. It can last into morning, but the fog will clear when the air warms. The sun does not cause fog to burn off. Warm air causes it to evaporate.
So usually first thing in the morning or late at night, you might see fog forming along your grass line. And it starts to look a little creepy outside. So
that's why in Scary Movie when it's night, they always have fog.
Yes.
Yes.
All right, so it says, what weather types did we observe? So we're going to select. Did we look at anything snowy?
Yes.
Did we look at hail?
No.
How about sunny?
Yes. Yes.
Did we look for rainy?
Yes.
Foggy?
Yes.
Windy?
Sunny, rainy, and foggy weather conditions. You saw that weather can be very different. You also saw that different kinds of weather, like cold and snowy, can happen at the same time. Some weather doesn't happen very often. It's important to know about dangerous weather so you can stay safe. Note that hail is made up of pieces of ice that fall from clouds. Hail can be the size of small peas or as large as softballs.
Is that Willow?
Yes, she's still in the
Willow's
land of
trying
learning.
to show off everybody.
Well,
Still
it's
there.
Raven comes for math. Willow likes to come for science. It's all good. All right, so weather. All right, listening. Weather occurs in the atmosphere or the air around Earth. It can be hot, cold, wet, dry, cloudy, clear, windy, or still. All these different opposites. A strong wind, we know, can blow down a tree. And what's going to happen to the tree once it falls down?
Land on the house.
It could land on something, yeah. What will happen to the tree, though?
It could catch fire. If it falls on someone, they could get hurt. Or injured.
All right, so let's look at the pictures. I have a thunderstorm with lightning. Now it says
lightning purple?
It's just the way, because it's probably got the lights from the towns reflecting back on it. It says some pictures below show different kinds of weathers. Others aren't weather. We have to sort it. Is this a form of weather?
Yes. Yeah.
Yes. Is this a form of weather?
No. No. On her head. Well, I mean, it's rain.
What? It's a puddle. The rain caused it. You're right in your thinking.
I thought it was a hole in the ground.
All right. Is this weather?
What is that noise?
Somebody's doing something with their computer that's not helpful. What is this? Is this weather or no weather?
No weather.
No weather. Is this weather or no weather?
Weather.
That is definitely weather.
Weather.
Is this weather or no weather?
Weather.
How about this dry spot?
No.
No. What kind of weather does it want?
Mudslide? Right. It would be like really hot and it would go back.
It says dry riverbed. It's got drought. What kind of weather would it like to see?
Really hot. I would like to see rain. No rain. Really hot.
It would like to see.
It's desert land.
It wants to see wet weather. All right, guess what, guys?
Probably.
Okay, that's where we're stopping. And next time we come to class, we're going to talk about weather gadgets.